to wear bright clothing. Lots of jackets and lots of over trousers have reflective tabs on them, which are really quite useful. Some clothing has lights incorporated into them, which is quite cool. It's also good to think about wearing a high-vis jacket. We talk about a thing called an ABC check that you do every time before you ride, and A stands for air, so you check the tyres, there's enough that the tyres are properly inflated, and we like to say to the children it should be a hard apple rather than a squashy orange, and you check the side of the tyres rather than the top, because you never know what you've ridden through. We then test the brakes, and you roll the bike forward and pull the front brake, and the rear wheel should come off the ground, and you roll the bike backwards and pull the back brake, and the front wheel will come off the ground. And then the last thing is you check the chain, so you just wind the chain backwards, and as long as it's sounds okay, as long as it's not red. If it's red, then you need a bit of oil, but generally if it's silver or black, then that's fine. And that's the 3 checks we do before we ride our bikes. Front light generally mounted on the handlebars. These days, lots of USB chargeable lights. So if you're cycling to work in the dark mornings, you can have your light on, and then when you get to work, just plug the light in, and it'll come back fully charged for the evening. Rear lights you need to be a little bit more careful with, because if you mount them incorrectly, the wheel will obstruct the light, so the drivers can't see the light. So you need to either put it on the back of the saddle, or if you've got a carrier, at the end of your carrier would be the best place to go. There are 2 positions we ride in when we're cycling. One's called the secondary position, and that's about 1.5 meters from the curb. You're not in the curb, because in the curb you've got drain covers, you've got glass, you've got leaves, it's slippery, and if you are cut up by a car, you've got nowhere to go if you're in the curb. If you're going to undertake a manoeuvre, say go from a major road to a minor road, or a minor road to a major road, you need to be in what we call the primary position, and that means you're in the centre of your lane, so that you're dictating to the traffic behind you that you're going to undertake a manoeuvre. Obviously, you need to communicate with the traffic behind you, so you need to make sure you look over your shoulder on a regular basis, so that you know that the person behind you has seen you, and then you need to indicate. So for 3 seconds, a nice straight arm with a flat hand, so that you've got the biggest surface area for the drivers behind you to see you. And then we'll undertake the manoeuvre. And then from primary position, you'll move back into secondary, again checking over your shoulder both ways that nothing's on your inside. Share the road. We're both road users, we're both entitled to be where we are, and just consideration for others. I like to think if I'm considerate to the drivers, I obey by the traffic rules and stop at the red lights and don't jump the lights, then they'll do the same. I believe, we can both live in harmony together on the roads.